Okay, we were discussing people, able to go ahead and impede others from, barging in on their parnasa. Whether we said that Melamed Tinoikis could, and we're going to have a question from that. So we said that l'chayra, it's different places, different jobs, but people from other cities or the same city. Boy Rav Huna, okay, let's start again. Boy Rav Huna, Braid of Yeshua, we did the Bar Muvaya, Achrina, my take. Rav Yosef. We're up on Chaf Gimel, Chaf Aleph Amid Beis, 4 lines in the bottom. Umayda Rav Huna b'Mikri Dardiki. Rav Huna said that one is not able to open up a business when another person has a business there in the Chatzar. Would be Maida by Mikri Dardiki Dleimatzi Ma'akiv. That he's not able to go ahead and be Ma'akiv. In other words, he would not be able to stop that. Says Rashi, Rav Huna, Bar Mavoi Duki Recha, you set up a milling shop, you could stop the other person. This like Reb Shimon Gamliel, right? Moidahu b'Mikri Dardiki is Moida by a kiddie teacher. In other words, if you have one little this guy got a little, he's teaching kids. Another one guy constantly teaching can't be ma'akiv. You know why? Because a little competition is very, very good. She Yeruzem, he said, they'll go ahead and fear each other. So kind of say, and that's the Chaf Beis Amid Aleph, that's the top line, that Kinas Seifim is Tarba Chachma, and only good things can come out of it. Amrav Nachman by Yitzchak, Umoid Rav Huna Breder Yeshua, Beroichlin Hamachzirin Ba'ayaros. These are peddlers. They would peddle cosmetics and different things for women. Tleimatzi Ma'akiv, that you can't go ahead and stop them from coming into the city. Damamar Ezra Tikkun Lehem Yisrael. She Yeroichlin Machzirin Ba'ayaros. Ezra was talking to Yisrael that these peddlers would go ahead and they would go from city to city, in order that ornaments should be, and I guess makeup and different things should be found for B'nai Yisrael. Bahani Mili, that's lahadure, that's to go for, to go around and not stay in one place. Rashi says lachso l'savev m'voyus ha'ir, to go from the alleyways of the city, ubebatim akol ha'roitze liknos. We used to have in the old days the fuller brush man. That's, I'm really dating myself, right? The fuller brush man. You go ahead, but what?
That I heard of, but this one. What was the name of the encyclopedia?
Britannica.
Yeah.
Fuller brushman, yeah. What? Fuller brushman went door to door. Right. And so therefore the Reichel to go from city to city we permitted. But to go ahead on and be kaveya not, right? Go kaveya not, to set in place not. However, v'yitzumim rabbanon who, and if he's a Talmud Chacham, afila lakfuye nami, even to go ahead on and set in place, you would be he could do that. Says Rashi, v'yitzumim rabbanon who, the Torah begir, so he's busy in his learning. And it's not his way to go from door to door and from alleyway to alleyway. Afila lakfuye nami, to show up in the city and be kaveya. In other words, that when it says l'kfuye, what does it mean? It means to set up shop in one spot. It doesn't mean that you're able to go around, but you only la'adure, you go door to door. However, if a Talmud Chacham comes to a city and he wants to make a parnasa, and he could be kaiveya, he doesn't have to go door to door, because again, it's going to be Torah is Torah. It's kiha de Rava, shoylu Rav Yoshia ula Rav Avadya, la'kfuye deloike hilchasa. Rashi says if name Yeshua Sadin, my timer, Kivin Rabbananinu, since they're Chachamim, Asi L'Torah the Begasai will go ahead and be Torah them in their learning. Okay, so now we're going to have to the next Mishnah. We're going to have a bunch of interesting cases. We have cases of mices that happened. Ahu Dikiloi. There was these people. They sold. Rashi says salim. Probably in a palm salim. Dekel is a palm tree. They sold salim. They sold baskets. The icy dikla lebavel. They brought salim to go ahead and sell in Bavel on the market day. Asa b'nei masa and kama akvil avayu. And the people in the city that they came and they stopped them. Asa l'kamei de Ravina. They came in front of Ravina. Amalahu. Ravina said to the people of the city, you can't stop them. Why? Why? Because me alma asu, well alma liznu. They came from outside the city. Well, alma liznu, and to go ahead right and sell that come from people that come from outside the city. It's the day of the shuk, right? People come. With the shuk. When do you go ahead? That's the days of the marketplace. Again, we have people that's what they used to have. They have market, the days of the market. But if it's not to them the shuk, then it'll be us for them to go ahead right and sell their wares. We'll be the shuk and right. But in other words, they're giving us the limitations. So on the day of the people come from outside the city to sell. If it's market day, they could sell market day. But even on market day, can only sell in the market and not go ahead from door to door. Hanu Amoroi, they were people who sold emor. Emor is wool, right? The Isu Amro Pumnara, they brought semer to sell in the city of Pumnara. Also, Bnei Masa come Akvil, again, they don't want competition. Also, Kamed Rav Kahana, right? The people who were selling that semer came in front of Rav Kahana. Amalahu, Rav Kahana told them, Dina hu dem Akvil. The din is they can go ahead and stop you. Amrulay, they said, Islan Ashroy, we have in the city, we have credit. In other words, people owe us money. People owe us money. And therefore, so Amalu Rav kind of said, Zil Zavnu Shirchi Usaichu. Okay, go sell as much as you need to live. Adak Risu Ashroy, until literally the Ashroy is uprooted, I mean they pay you up. Didchu Vasli, so then you'll go. Rav Dimi Minadoy, I see Groigris Besvina. Rav Dimi, this is a long story, guys. Rav Dimi Minadoy, we met Rav Dimi, he was the one who argued yesterday by Rav Dimi seemed to be expert in chinuch, right? He spoke about having the teacher who will teach you wrong. He said, you know what, if you're going to make a mistake, it's going to stay in there. That was Rav Dimi. What else did Rav Dimi say? He said a lot of good stuff. Rav Dimi said that get someone who teaches slower, but make sure that you medayik. That's what he said. And what else did Rav Dimi say? Okay. Anyway, so this is Rav Dimi. He came to this place. Rav Dimi he brought groigris from a boat to sell dried figs. Go check out who shuka. So if he's a Talmud Chacham, go ahead, right, and give him the day of the shuk, okay, and call out that no person should sell groigris except him. It's a fancy lashon. Noket le shuka. Give him the market. So the day of the marketplace, he's going to have the monopoly on dried figs. If it was Talmud Chacham, he's going to have for his parnasa, he'll have the monopoly on dried figs. So Amle Rava Rav Ada bar Abba said Rava to Rav Ada bar Abba, toy lo bikankane. Go smell his barrel. It's a lashon saying go check him out and learn it. Go check him out and learn it. So Nafik Ozel, so Rav Ada went and he went to Rav Dimi, and boy mine yes from Rav Dimi, a very famous shaila. Pil shebola kfifa mitzris. A pill is an elephant that swallows a kfifa mitzris. Now, a basket of a sal is makabel tuma. If you have a sal, you put it together with wicker, it's makabel tuma. But what would happen if the animal would go ahead and swallow it? It would go through its digestive tract, it's an elephant, and come out at the other end. Now does it get a din of a kli galolim? A kli that's made from golol, from feces, is not makabel tuma. Kli avonim is not makabel tuma, and a kli that's made from galolim is not makabel tuma. So it goes in one end and comes out the other. Is there a transition halachically?
But it went out the same way.
No, went in the mouth and came out.
With the key, doesn't it throw up?
No. Well, I didn't think it through. I think it went through
the key usually is
never call them.
again. This is what, but galala means what does galala mean? Right? What does galala mean? It says Vikia derech base. You have to read a little more, Mayor. Vikia what derech?
Oh, yeah. Very sad. Trust and push it.
Okay. Anyway, so he when one place came out the other. So Lam the Shashayla. Lamda Shashayla. Ma, what's the din? So Lahavi Biyadeh. Rav Dimi didn't know. So L'chaira, based upon on the halacha is, by the way, that it's still Makabel Tumah. Those are interested. So Taisus, yeah, I didn't think we'd go into this. Again. So he didn't know. So again, so Rav Ada bar Ava was sent by Rava to check if Rav Dimi is a Talmid Chacham. Rav Dimi did not know the answer to this question, and Amalei Rav Dimi said, "Mar niu Rava." I guess he knew this is the place of Rabbi. He goes, "Are you Rava?" So Hafikle besandale. Rav Ada hit Rav Dimi in the shoe in a very, like demeaning. Yes, the word demeaning in a demeaning way. V'amalei bein didi Rava ikatuva. Between myself, Rav Ada, and Rava, there's a tremendous amount in level and scholarship, right? Nonetheless, miu al korchach. Ano Rabach, I'm your Rebbe, because I guess I know the answer to the question about an elephant. The Rabba, the Rabach, and Rava is the Rebbe of your Rebbe. So Rabba gave, he put Rav Dimi in his place. So Leinaktu Leishuka. Therefore, as a result, Rav Dimi did not get the shuk. No, he didn't get a chance to sell his wares in the street. Upasid Groigris day, and as a result, he lost his Groigris. They spoiled. Asul Kamed Rav Yosef, Amalei Chazi Mar Mad Avidli. Rav Dimi came to Rav Yosef and he said, "You see what they did to me?" Amalei Rav Yosef said, and it was what Rav Ada did to me. So Amalei Rav Yosef, Mandaloi Shahe Loi Nisa de Malka de Edoim Loi Nishtaisa Loi Nisech. The one who did not hold back from taking retribution for what the busha of the Melech Edoim. It's in the Melech of Moav. What he did was he Melech Edom, he burnt him, took his bones, and used it as plaster. Not geschmack. So remember, and he got paid back. The Chsiv Klema Hashem al shloisha pishi Moav. On four Averis of Moav, I'll look away. The al arba le'ashivenu. The fourth one not. Why? Because al sorfei atzmis Melech Edom l'sid. He went ahead and he burnt the bones of the Melech Edom into sid, and as a result, L'chaira, the one who went to the honor of Melech Edom, go ahead and should take care of your honor, Rav Dimi, and Noach Nafshi Rav Ada bar Ava, and Rav Ada was Nifta. Now it's very, very sad because we're going to have a bunch of people as a result of this incident thinking they're responsible for the death of Rav Ada bar Ava. Now it's very interesting. Why is each person going to care so much whether he's dead, right? So look at Nakashmak is we need a better answer. Nakashmak. Okay, if you look at Taisus, Anna Anishtei, the second Taisus in the bottom. All these people we're going to meet in a second. They were lamenting. Shal Yodei Meis Ravada. That the Ravada died as a result of them. Mishnamrin b'Shabbos a perik shoyel. Kol mi shechaveru nena shal Yodei. If your chavera gets punished as a result of you, you're not going to make it into the mechitza of Hashem. You're not going to get close to Hashem. Shenemar gam enosh letzadik gam enosh letzadik leitoiv elara. Ukasiv le'yigurchu ra. No, if you're called ra, then why if you can't live near me? So all these people, they were lamenting that they were responsible, and as a result, in the olam emes, it's going to cause their mat the veikus mat to Hakadosh Baruch Hu. So that's again. Now we're going to get a bunch of people who hold themselves responsible for the tira of Rav Ada. Okay, so Reb Yosef Omar, Ana Anishtei, I killed him. I punished. I know like Yosef, so I cursed, but I cursed him, right? I cursed him that after all, the Kadosh Baruch Hu took the meaning of Melech Moav, take the meaning of Rav Dimi. Rav Dimi Adoi Ama, Ana Anishtei, the Afse Groigris Didi. I killed him because why? Because he was Masa my Groigris, and the whole thing came about as a result of me. Abaya Ama. I killed him. The Amalu Rabbanon, right? Rabbanon. Rav Ada used to go ahead and tell the Talmidim, Ademagrisoi Garmi be Abaya, while you're chewing the bones by Abaya, Su Ochli Bisra Shmena be Rava. Go to Rava and you'll eat fat meat. In other words, it's a better place to learn, right? So, what? So, in other words, you should have gone you should have gone to Abai. They're saying Abai is saying. Rashi says Shahiroga loimel tamidim at shatim holchem el etzel abaya ligres at samais claim a little much l'sleiva that that you're not learning well. So Abaya the Rabbanan would say this about Abaya. So Abaya is holding himself accountable that he didn't come to learn by him and he came to learn by Rava. Rava amana nishtei ki dichavi azol lebeit tabochel lemishkol umtza. When I would send my shliach to go ahead and buy meat in the store, Amalahu tabachoi, he Rav Ada would tell the butcher, Anosha kilna bisra mikame shame de Rava. I should get served before the shamas of Rava because he held himself bigger. I'm bigger than what? I am bigger than the shliach, but not bigger than Rava. But again, Rava, in other words, as a result of these incidents, Abai and Rava held themselves responsible, even and finally, this is the incident that the Gemara is going to say holds weight, guys. The following incident is the one that the Gemara says is the most mistaber that this causes death. Rav Nachman Yitzchak Amar Anon Nishtei. Rav Nachman Yitzchak Reish Kala Have. He was the head of the Kala. Now, what is the Kala? So generally we speak about before the Chag, they would go in Darshan, but it's a very beautiful Rashi. The Rashi is in the last daf in Yevamis. Tilsa Rigli, Shoya Talmidei Chachamim Nikbatzim Lishmoya Drasha. The Talmidei Chacham would gather together to hear the Drasha. Hilchas Pesach bePesach. V'yisashay Elis Mehem uBetshuvas HaGoinim Etzasi. Says Rashi, I found the Tshuvas HaGoinim Kol Hanech Regili Damaroi. All the times of the regalim of Damaroi. Hainu Yom Shemeis by Adam Gadol, a yard site. So Kavoi Seilachvaidai, they would have a Kav at the yard site. They would have a drasha. Umidei Shana b'Shana k'shemagia Oisa Yoim, and when that day would come, Miskabsim Talmidei Chachamim Mikol Svivav Uboim Al Kivroi. They would come to the kever of the Adam Gadol. Im Shara Am the Haishav Yeshiva Sham to put a yeshiva there. So this is the Kala. So different. It's not something all the time. It's time to time, and according to Rashi said it's before the three regalim, and the Tshuvas HaGoinim says no, it occurred. Not that it didn't occur those days, but not exclusive to those days. Because why? Because on the Yom of the yard site they would come together and they would set up a yeshiva on the kever. The 4 amos away, we had the Gemara in Mechizkiya about Loig L'Roish, Cherev V'Atzeu. How can you learn Torah? What we say, right? You're learning to cover the person. It's not Loig L'Roish. You can put you in the cemetery. You got to put your tzitzis in, right? Well, so how can you set up a yeshiva, learn Torah over the guy? Yeah, look, it's like L'Roish. We say the answer is that either it was a distance away or you're saying for the Kavod Talmid Chacham, it's not like L'Roish. So that's the anyway. So what they call it, yeah, whatever they call it, whatever they call it, but they got it from right. It's like like wow. The Gemara is quoting Mafur Shirashi and Chumash, right? Okay, Rav Nachman Yitzchak Anan Nishtei. Rav Nachman Yitzchak Reish Kala Habe. He would darshan on the kalas. Kol Yuma Mikami Denei Lekala before he would get up. Marit Bahadei Rav Ada Bar Abba L'Shmaitza Bahad Ayel Lekala. He would review with Rav Ada Bar Abba the shir he's going to give, and then he would get up and give it. Ahu Yuma that day that unfortunately Rav Ada Bar Abba was nifta. Nektur Rav Papa Rav Huna Rabbi Yeshua Rav Ada Bar Ava, right? Rav Papa and Rav Huna and the son of Yeshua, they met Rav Ada Bar Ava and Mishum Lehabi B'Siyuma because they were not by the siyum of the Masechta B'Chayris that Rava darshan. So Rava finished the Masechta and Rav Papa and Rav Huna Rabbi Yeshua, those contemporaries who said Machlokes the other day, they weren't there. They stopped Rav Ada Bar Ava who was there. And Amrullah, Rav Papa and Rav Huna Rav Yeshua said to Rav Ada, Eimalon Hani Shmaitza the Maisa Behema, which is at the end of Bechayris. Heichi Aminu Rava, what Rava said. So in other words, he got delayed. Instead of going to Chasa, the drush of the Kalu, Rav Nachman Yitzchak, he was delayed by Rav Papa and Rav Huna Rav Yeshua. So Amalu Rav Ada said, Hachi Amarav, Hachi Amarav, began to go ahead and tell them exactly. Adahachi Nagalel Rav Nachman Yitzchak. Again, he's ready to go on the stage. It was time, and Rav Ada hadn't came yet. So Amalei Rabbanon, the Rabbanon who the Kala said to him, Rav Nachman Yitzchak, "Kum, get up. The Nagilon, it's late." So Lama Yosef Mar, why are you waiting? So Amalahu Rav Nachman said, Yasivna v'komenatru la'arse Rav Ada Barabba. I'm sitting and waiting for the. He said it as a pun for the arse is the usually the crib, but it means the mita that they carry a mace on, the gurney. I guess the English word to be a gurney. I'm waiting for the gurney, or I'm not realizing that he's right. So adahachi nafikola denerch nafshi Rav Ada Barabba. So when Mistaba Rav Nachman Yitzchak Anshe, Mistaba, based upon this Maisa, he's the one who was responsible for what? For his death. So, what? The whole connection with what? What the beginning of the suk? I think that he was mafsed the money, the Gregors. Remember, he came to sell. He was going to go and check it out and sell. Yeah, yeah. Says the Mishnah. Misha haya kaislai soimich lekaisel chaveroi. So, guys, this is medayik in the words. Someone who has his kaisel next to the kaisel of his chaver, leyismach lekaisel acher, should not put another wall there. Elam kain herchek mimenu arba amis, unless he distances 4 amis. So it's mashma from here that you have 3 walls. You have mashma from here. You have 3 walls: the 2 existing walls and another one, right? And Rashi says mefarish b'gemara. You know what that means? That means it's not what you think it is. It means it's not what you think it is, right? And hachaloinos bein milmalin bein milmatin bein kenegdo and arba amis. Let's see Rashi. Hachaloinos misha hoyu loy chaloinos pesuchim lechatzer chaveroi. Someone who has windows open to the chatzer of his chaver. V'huchzik b'davar zeh shalosh shanim. And it's for 3 years he's used it, which establishes a chazaka. Uba balachotzer livmais sham kaisel, and he wants to build a wall. Tzayich l'shar dalin amis. He has to go Edwan, and he has to be mishar dalin amis. Beim milamayla, whether aben amis above the window. In bola agbia yagbia kaisel dalin amis menechaloinos. He should build the wall 4 amis above the window. Beim milmata. In bola livmais namuch. Then Sarach Lahashbil Chonis Dalar go down. We had this early in the Masechta that he shouldn't be able to go and look in. Time of Farish Gemara. Obey me connect on Sarach Lachim Dalar is connecting, guys. You're worried about what? About light, taking out the guy's light. So 4 amas. But the first thing of the Mishnah is a little, again, the way it's stated openly, the way we have it. The way we have it, it's mashma, there are 3 walls, 2 existing walls, and you want to go add another one. 2 existing walls, and you want to add another one. Says the Gemara. The kama hechi samach, the first wall, how was he able to be samach? In other words, there's 3 walls there. So the first wall, how is he able to be samach? So in other words, it's mashma that the first wall was not 4 amas away, was closer. So now you're coming to build another wall, distance 4 amas. So how do you have another wall there in the first place? It says, says the Gemara, oh, you know what? Rav Yehuda says, Hachi Kamar. He has 1 wall. He has 1 wall. And you're coming to put another wall there? So it's not like you thought, what? There's 3 walls? It's mashma what? That? No. There's 1 wall, and you're coming to be soimich, which is not what the Mishnah says. Which is not what the Mishnah says. Okay? No, if I ran through the Mishnah quickly, this is what I would say. But again, seeing it, says Rashi, you're putting the wall up first. Gemara, Maskavla Rava, it's mashma, there's an existing wall over there. Rashi, Alma, Kvar Haya. The wall was there before. Ella Maraba Hachiktani. Misha Haya Kaisloi, Samich Lekaisel Chaveroi, Birochik Arba Amis. Someone who has his kaisel of his friend in a distance of 4 amis, the nafal, and it falls down. You can't go ahead and put another wall there. Unless you go ahead and distance what? 4 amis. In case you distance what? 4 amis. So what does that mean? You can't bring it closer. You have to keep it over there. So the interesting thing we're going to see in a second, guys, is very fascinating. The reason why the distance of 4 amas, we want people to walk. When you're walking, you're going to trample down on the ground. And by trampling down on the ground, you're going to make it hard. And as a result, it's going to fortify the wall. So I would think an existing wall that's already fortified, right? You do not have to distance. Says the Rosh, Kamash Malon, that you do. Kamash Malon, that you do. So that's the Chiddush in the Mishnah. The Chiddush in the Mishnah is that you have a wall, the wall fell down, you still have to distance it 4 amas.
The wall was originally 4 amas?
Yeah, originally, the real wall of Pashtus was originally 4 amas. My timer, what's the reason? The Davsha, the Hacha, my Leila Hassam. The Davsha, the trampling, the Hacha over here is my Leila Hassam. It helps over there by the wall. The Davsha, walking over here, helps over there. Rashi says, Davsha, the Hacha, my Leila Hassam. Mashe doshim beregel, ben shnei aksolim. That you're dosh beregel between the 2 walls, tamid, moyel shnei aksolim, it's going to help for the 2 walls, lehakshois karkois yisoidis aksolim, to strengthen the foundations of the kasalim, lo you might do, and they won't sink, they won't move, and they won't sink, they won't move, I guess. Good? Okay, so Amar Rav now qualifies this din. Amar Rav now goes ahead and he qualifies this din of 4 amas. Loi shanu, that you have to markik what 4 amas from the other person's wall for davsha ela kaisel gina, the kaisel of a gina. In other words, the kaisel of a gina, people don't normally walk there because of the gina. So therefore, you have to distance 4 amas to create a place, a path for people to tread upon. Of a kaisel chatzar, right? So but the kaisel of a chatzar, that you have people walking on the other side, right? In Cain, in Ba Lismaich Saimich. Guys, watch. When do you have to distance? Let's say this is the wall of a Gina. So over here I have a Gina. No one's walking over here. So therefore, you need people to walk in the middle. Why? Because it's very soft on this side. Because people don't walk there. So picture the outside of my hand is a garden. There's a garden over here. And here's my fence wall. And here's my wall. You want people to walk here because you want to go ahead and pound the ground to support the wall. What happens if it's a chutzner on the other side? Over here. People are walking. So you don't need these 4 amas because you have the davsha over there. That's what Rav wants to say. Amar Rav. Lo shanu, that what you need to go ahead and 4 amas to go ahead and make sure that people go ahead and pound the ground. Ela kaisel gina, ela kaisel chatzar in bo lismaich saimich. You can go ahead and be less than 4 amas. Rabbi Amar echad kaisel gina v'echad kaisel chatzar in bo lismaich ein a saimich. You can't go ahead. It has to be 4 amas away. You can't put it next to it. Amar Rav Yossi b'chanina v'lei pligi. They're not arguing. Rabbi and Rabbi are not arguing. The Rav is speaking Be'er Yeshana. It's speaking about a city that's been established, and as a result, people have walked there in the chutzner, and therefore you only need one side. And therefore, you can be saimich. Rabbi is then speaking about Ir Chadasha, that it's not trampled already, and therefore you would need, even on both sides of the chutzner, even the wall of a chutzner, you need both sides to create the 4 amas. Very pasha gemara. Says the Matran. Achaloinos bein mil mailin, bein mil matin, bein mikenegdon, arba amis. V'tani Allah, mil maila, you lift it up, right? Kadesh leyatzitz, that you shouldn't go ahead and look down from the gag of the wall. The yira and looking mil mata, you make it lower. Kadesh leyamid al, it shouldn't stand on the wall. The yira and look inside. Umikenegdon, why opposite? Kadesh leyapil, it shouldn't go ahead and darken the light that comes through the window. Right. Taima, the reason why you have to distance 4 amas, right, is Kadesh Yapil. Again, you have a window, a wall, and a window, and now you go in the last case, you're distancing 4 amas away. Why? For light, but not for davsha. Not for davsha. The reason you're doing it is to allow some sunlight to go through. So, aval mishum davsha loy, but not because of davsha. So, l'chayr, it's a kasha on the whole concept. We're speaking over here that the ba min atzad, he's coming from the side. He's coming from the side. Look at Rashi, minat sad. She'ena kaisel achroin mahalich la'oirech kaisel rishoin. It doesn't go to length. Eliminat sad hu ba. In other words, it's coming from the side. Imze mimizrach l'mayriv. If the guys are the walls from east to west, zeba mitzaf from the darim. This guy's coming from north to south. The roish oivav keneged achaloin, and the roish of his wall is connected to the window. Umapel the hacha lekel amechush ladavsha dahu porta. So here's we're speaking about, guys. It's perpendicular, right? It's perpendicular. It's perpendicular. Here's my finger. Let's say my finger over here, the middle knuckle is where the window is, right? Mm-hmm. So this is the wall. He's building the wall like this. So no, I'm saying that. So in other words, he has to. You're not worried about dafsha over here. There's no dafsha. All the concern is that it's going to go ahead and block it. So therefore, he has to go ahead and give a distance of four, but not for dafsha. Okay, not for dafsha. But in other words, what would the dafsha be, guys? That little distance. In other words, I'm going, guys, look at me. I'm doing this now. If I go 4 amas, if this close, right? I can't be this close because it's going to make it dark. So I distance 4 amas, right? Maybe that 4 amas is dafsha. It's nothing to do with dafsha. Of course, that 4 amas, I could walk over here. I could walk over here. I only could walk by the knuckle. That little bit's not going to make a difference in the wall. And again, it's not going to make a difference in the wall. But that's the shot over here. It's not going to make a difference in the wall. The kama. The kama, what's the shear that it should not go overhead? What the time of the Brisa didn't say 4 amas, guys, right? So Amayevav Chamua, the Aishin bar Nidbach says Yevav, the father-in-law of Aishin bar Nidbach Mishmei the Rav, Kimole Roichiv HaChaloim, like the width of the Chaloim. That's the shear. That's the shear of looking at light. If he's so close, he can look in. In other words, you're telling me the following. You're saying the distance is like the shear of the window. It's less than 4 amas, correct? So the guy's going to be right here. He can look right in the window. Says the Gemara, Amarav Zavid, b'maderes kaisloi. Rashi says he slopes the top of the wall. Explains he slopes the top of the wall where you won't be able to stand there. Arba amis. We said 4 amis. Like Hasha, kan meruach achas, kan mishtei ruches. Okay, let's look at the picture. I sent out pictures today. I don't think I sent to you. I can do it right now. No, I could do it to Maya. I'm not sure I sent it to Maya. Yeah, I sent it to you, Maya, didn't I? No. Maya Grossman?
No.
No, I just did now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have it there.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look at the middle case, the 4 amis, see the Brisa says 1 tefach, guys. Look at the top picture. That's the one. The top picture, the perpendicular, and there you have a tefach, right? Now the other one said 4 amis. So take each one as a tefach away from the wall. Right, each one is a tefach away. If you look at the art school, the pictures I took it from art school. I got rishus. You have over here is a tefach away from the wall. When it says 4 amis from each other, because this is an area they could walk in. Good. Okay, let's finish the Gemara. So that's pshat, but not arba amis. Like kasha, kam ruach achas, kam eshnei ruchos. So they have 2 ruchos, and you have the 2 sides of the 4 amis. Tashma. The next Mishnah, you have to separate the kaisel from the gutter. Arba amis, kadeshi yehi Zoikiv es asulim, in order that he should be able to stand up the ladder to fix the gutter. Taima, the reason for amis mishum sulam, mishum davsha loy, but not because of davsha. Hachamayaskinon b'maschelas mishupas that sticks out from the roof. The mishum davshahu hakazol v'asitutoy. If you look at the picture, guys, right, you see the ladder. The ladder's going up. It's coming off the roof. Where are you going to have the davsha? The davsha, you're going to have the davsha. They're going to walk underneath the ladder. They don't care about superstition. They're going to walk underneath the ladder. And over there, by walking underneath the ladder, it's going to go ahead and give you. It's going to give you what. Okay, let's just do the Mishnah. We'll go over it tomorrow. Let's just start the Mishnah, and Bes Hashem we'll go over it tomorrow because this is a big sugya of Dina de Gami and Brahma we've spoken about many times. Says the Mishnah, Machikim es sulam min hashayvach. Yehuda Horowitz is going to get a big joke out of this. Machikim es sulam min hashayvach. You distance the sulam, the ladder, from the shayvach arba amis, from the coop, a coop. Kadesh le tikboitz hanemiya, that the nemiya should not jump in. Now the nemiya, it's called just a martin. So Yehuda, you want to share?
What is the Eurasian or sub-Saharan variety?
So many years ago, we came across this, and we decided to just get a martin. We had to call in what's that called? A lifeline. We had to call a lifeline. So we asked Moshe Yehuda Stern, who could have been all of maybe 10 or 11 years old. So we asked him what a martin. So we asked him what a martin was, and what was the answer we got?
Do you want the Eurasian or sub-Saharan variety?
That's the answer. Classic. Do you want the Eurasian or the sub-Saharan? Basically, it's a type of weasel. It's a musculid. It's a carnivore. It's very quick, and that's him. Yeah, and the Mia. So the Mia is going to mamish and jump in. Okay, so therefore, this is what we just quoted. You distance the ladder from the gutter. In order to go ahead and fix the gutter. Hashem, we'll get into it tomorrow.